Hey guys, welcome to a Marvel Rivals tier list of all the characters. I keep seeing some, not gonna lie, pretty wacky tier lists from uh streamers and content creators. Like they always do good, and then there's just this one character that they put way too high, way too low, something like that. I think this is gonna be kind of a definitive list, hopefully a definitive list. Um, Hopefully there won't be anything wacky, but do tell me if there's something in the comments if I do put something wacky. Alright, first up, Adam Warlock. I think Adam Warlock. Oh, I am a Grandmaster 3 player right now on my road to top 500. But yeah, this is hopefully some insight. I have like picks and bans, stuff like that. Not the highest tier of the game, but definitely pretty high up there. Um, Better than 99% of players apparently. So yeah. Anyways, the Adam Warlock is B tier because uh you need another good support player basically to get Adam Warlock to be really good. And I think he can be S tiers or like really good in some scenarios where he's doing a lot of damage with his right click. He's getting a lot of burst damage, and then his E can save a lot of people as well. And then obviously his Soul Bond will save you from all stuff like that. Um, and the meta comp currently does have him in the meta comp because you need him for the Mantis StarLord team up. So that's really good, obviously. But yeah, you just need another support who's on top of all the chip damage, to be honest. And he's honestly a pretty hard character to play. So in most cases he's B tier and his ult's pretty bad, but he can be really good, I'd say. Next is Blind Panther. I think he's A tier. He's a pretty good dive character. Um, he's pretty hard to hit if you're just dashing back and forth. But like most dive characters, he kind of gets sat down by Mantis and Luna if they're played right. But if they're banned or if the enemy supports are kind of bad, you will like thrive on Black Panther, especially if the it's like hard to hit. They're not playing like easy heroes to kill with, like stuff like that. Maybe like Hawkeye stuff like that. I don't know. Next is Black Widow. Say they're D tier. I've literally basically seen no Black Widows in my game. If I do, they're kind of trolling, having fun. Um, I don't know. There has to be something changed in her kit to make her better. I don't know what though, because I don't want her to be a one-shot headshot character like Hawkeye. Uh, Maybe make her have like a Widowmaker thing where her M1, well, not scoped in, is just a rifle, like a normal hit scan rifle. Hulk, Hulk is S tier, and I know a lot of people are gonna be, if you're not haven't played this comp against this comp yet, but Hulk is S tier because of Iron Man Doctor Strange. His team up with Iron Man Doctor Strange actually makes Doctor Strange insanely overpowered, makes Iron Man extremely good. And he's a pretty good dive character. I'd say he does better than Venom just purely because he has more movement than Venom in some scenarios, and his shield or bubble can also save some people as well. So I'd say he's really good, and mainly because he facilitates Strange and Iron Man, but he can hold his own. Like a good Hulk player will fuck up your backline a lot, fuck up your supports. Cap, I'd say Cap is a C tier. He doesn't die a lot. His ult is really good, but he's just like not. He doesn't do damage at all. He just lives. There's not a lot. A lot of people probably have had the experience where they just have a Cap doing basically nothing. If they made his shield slightly bigger, it'd be good, but I think right now he's just not uh doesn't do enough damage. Maybe with a Thor team up, but I've never really seen that before, and Thor's not the best either. Next is Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is A tier. Cloak and Dagger is just like because the other two support. I really like Cloak and Dagger. They were my first main, but I'm like starting to see the cracks. I think they have really good healing output, really good uh utility, but just there's two other supporters that do their job better, so it's kind of hard to put Cloak and Dagger higher. But the other supports do get banned a lot, so you can get a lot of Cloak and Dagger gameplay if you need to. Uh, they're like a third option basically. I'd say they're the third best healer in the game. I wouldn't say they're better than BP, unfortunately though. Strange is S tier, most picked character in the game, I think. He's the best tank in the game. He does basically everything super well. He can fight for high ground. He has a lot of burst damage. His TP fundamentally changes the game and how you play it a tiny bit. Um, Shield obviously really good. Yeah, he does a lot. He does everything well, I'd say. Um, his kit is just kind of all rounded. I think he's the easiest to climb with. Eric is a really good climb character. So if you're looking for someone to main to climb with, definitely play Doctor Strange. Groot. Groot's A tier. I think he's under Cloak and Dagger. Um, he's kind of his walls are really good. Like if you're walling tanks off, if you're walling supports off, or just like you know stopping chokes with Groot wall, he's really good. But I'd say he's and his ult is super good too for combos. I'd just say that he kind of I don't know. He takes a lot of damage really fast. And his hitbox is really big. And it's kind of hard for him to make space if everyone's just shooting his wall, unfortunately. So yeah, Hawkeye's easily S tier. I'd say because him and Heller get banned a lot. They're just like bottom of S because you don't get to play them. But um, if you do get to play them, they're like gonna run the lobby. So Hawkeye, Hella. Say Hawkeye's better than Hella at my rank, but I think if you're getting higher, like once you get to a really high level, I'd say Hella's better purely because you can kind of dive Hawkeye easier. But um, for me right now, Hawkeye's hella annoying. But you know, yeah. This what's his face? Iron Fist. I could see him being in C. He's definitely a pub stomper. He definitely does, um, you know, but he's not good. He's just not. He gets CC'd and you just kill him instantly. Free kill. He's pretty easy to like see coming as well. He can't really dive backline. He has to find good fights, whereas Black Panther can just like run through an entire team without really caring. I'd say he's C, but I'd see an argument for D as well. We'll put him D for now, I guess. Iron Man. Iron Man's A tier. Uh, Iron Man is A tier, but I would put him S. Like he's super strong with the Hulk team up currently. If you're low ranks and you like plat below or diamond, yeah, plat or below, and you're not getting the bans, he's definitely gonna be like BC tier, and you're not gonna go get a Hulk player to play with you. But him, Strange, and Hulk just kind of run. If you just get a stack, a three stack with that team up, you're basically just free wins. I mean, his beam just melts everyone. He has good poke. He's pretty hard to kill if you don't have any hit scan, I'd say. Iron Man 1v1, I think like some games come down to just like Iron Man 1v1s and who gets to hit their beam faster, who has their E faster, stuff like that. But the main thing that makes him hard is that unlike Strange, where I could like he's Strange is good without the Hulk team up, whereas Iron Man is not good with the Hulk team up. So you could just target ban Hulk, and you basically take Iron Man out of the game as well. So you're getting like a 2-for-1 ban. So yeah, you can play Iron Man without it, but he becomes like a B tier, C tier hero without it. But like on A tier without Hawkeye, without Hela, which is what's currently happening right now, he's definitely A tier. Jeff is like a C tier hero. He is okay burst healing. His bubbles are kind of good for getting to point easier. His ult is obviously really good, I guess. And he's like sometimes hard to kill, but I don't know. He's just not good. Uh, a lot of people play him too, which makes me kind of upset. But there's nothing you can really do about that. He's just like an okay healer. Doesn't do a lot in my opinion. Uh, all you really do is heal bot. Loki. Loki's B tier. I could see an argument for A tier, but I think he's B tier for now. A little bit worse than Adam Warlock, I'd say, because you can just start shooting his clones. Because these two characters just beat Loki because they can insta kill his clones. But currently, because of that, he can't really beat his clones with a lot of stuff right now. But his shift is really good. He easily counters Psylocke, stuff like that. So he's alright. But again, like if you just break his clones, he kind of becomes useless. Luna is S tier. Say that he's better than Hawkeye and Hela right now. Maybe under actually. I don't know. Just because they get banned doesn't mean they're bad, I'd say. But Luna is like the third most banned character I see most of the time. It's mainly their ult. A lot of people are saying their ult and their healing output. I have been like a pretty big Luna hater to be honest, but I see the value in Luna ult stuff like that. And her CC is just like slightly worse than Mantis's, but yeah, her ult is super strong and she can honestly carry games. And because she's hit scan, she can do what Hela and Hawkeye are doing at a smaller scale. If you're not, if you're not pressured to heal. Magic, Magic's like B tier. She's below these guys. She just is not as good of a dive. There are some times when Magic is just running into six people, getting all their shields and living for a while. But again, she just like gets CC'd pretty easily. and she's harder or easier to CC than Black Panther. So I'd say Magic is just worse than Black Panther in most scenarios. Magneto's A tier. Uh, Basically, if your Strange gets banned, which could happen, you're playing Magneto. He's just like a worse version of Strange essentially. He just has a shield. He has some good poke range, like slightly worse poke I'd say, slightly worse burst as well. But his missiles can be pretty bursty. His right click and his ult is good for more defensively. It's not as like game winning or round like fight winning, but you can definitely kill like support through ults, which is pretty nice if they feed you. Mantis is S tier. I think they're better than Luna. Their CC is just easy to hit. They do a lot more damage. Their healing is good too, and they enable Adam Warlock as well. I'd say like Mantis Adam Warlock is like a super good aggressive comp, and that's like part of the meta right now. Meta comp, like the best comp in the game in my opinion. So yeah, Moon Knight. Say Moon Knight's B tier. I mean, at a certain rank, he gets shut down by Strange because he can Strange. What Strange can do is he could put a shield up, and then suddenly Moon Knight basically can't even touch his Ankh, and then once Strange can just like turn around, break it in one shot with a and one shot, and then the melee. So like Moon Knight gets very countered by Strange in my opinion. His ult is okay if you kind of or partner him with Groot. I just think he's like a little diveable, I'd say, and his Onk kind of gets shit on these days. Everyone knows about Onks now. Uh, and like the spread damage is good, but it's just like you're not getting as much kills. You're gonna get a lot of damage. You're not gonna get a lot of kills. I'd say. Name more. Uh, he's like top of B, bottom of A. I'd say maybe top of B. He's very good against dive, I'd say, and he gets a lot of damage. He can dive. He can like I've seen Namors go into backline, get a lot of damage, but he has the problems of like Groot and Loki, where if you just break his stuff, break his turrets, he kind of becomes harder to deal with. But if they have dive when they're not poking, it becomes a lot harder, I'd say, or a lot better. So maybe top of B, bottom of A seems good. Penny is like C tier. It's like better than Jeff, maybe better than Cap, I'd say. Or no, she's very situational. She's only good on defensive push cart maps. Everywhere else, she's pretty bad. Like I guess she could be made a point that she's good on domination, but I don't know. Like I just see my pennies run in on a domination point ahead of their team with their webs or their web strands, and they just like insta die, like trying to set up their nest. And there's not a lot we can do. So, um, kind of sucky, I'd say. But she's super fun on those defense points. Very good. Becomes like one of the best characters in the game and is pretty good against dive as well. So you can like save supports if you really need it. Psylocke is like top of A, could be S, um, but top of A definitely at least. Her ult is just better than Black Panther. She has faster time to kill than Black Panther, and better pokes than Black Panther as well. And you can honestly get your abilities back faster with the passive. So I'd say top of A. Punisher. Punisher's A tier as well. His turret is pretty good at off angles. He's good against Iron Man. His shotgun does a lot of damage as well. And he has like pretty good movement to be honest out of spawn. So that's like pretty good on domination points. He can just like come back over and over again once he starts putting up a couple of zip lines. He's just like a average character, or not average, I guess, slightly above average. Easy to play, easy to pick up. If you just need some damage, I'd put Punisher. Um, if you need Iron Man counters, well, if Hawkeye and Hell are gone. Rocket's like a C tier. I don't know why, but every time I see Rocket, I feel like they do zero, like 700 damage in an entire game. They just spam their right click. Their res beacon is good. They can live for a long time, I'd say, but it just feels like you get very little impact. Like your healing is not fast enough. So even though Rockets probably get a lot of healing if you're winning, it's mostly just like um what's it called? Like passive healing after someone's already won a fight and you're just sending it onto them. Stuff like that. But him with the Punisher and Winter Soldier thing is good. It's just like, why would you play that when you can play Adam Warlock, who has way better burst healing and enables like Star-Lord and Mantis, who are both already good characters, versus like Punisher, or whereas like you kind of like I don't know, Rocket's not great. Wanda's D. Oh, Scarlet Witch is D. definitely top of D though, I'd say. You can like I don't know. It's like okay. I'd say, like the ult is bad. Auto aim is okay. Right clicks do good burst, I guess, like slightly okay burst. It's just like a pub stomp character. You can't really do much with her in higher ranks. I haven't seen one in a while. Spider-Man's like B tier. You could have it could become S tier. They could be S tier, and they could be D tier too. But I think just overall they're kind of B tier. They're just like hit or miss basically. Um, but he has some maps where he can pull stuff like that. But like if you know every tech with him, like I've seen someone cancel strange portals by pulling the strange so they get canceled. It's like really, I don't know. Like a good Spider-Man will make you want to kill myself. And they counter Iron Man as well pretty easily, I'd say. So definitely B tier. Definitely better than Magic, I'd say. Maybe not better than Moon Knight. He's just very inconsistent, I think. Squirrel Girl's like a C, top of C maybe. Squirrel Girl goes really good against Groot. And their stun is it's just like her ult is so useless, and her acorns are also so her acorns are like the best part of her kit, and then her jump is kind of useless as well. So like she's just like a CC Junkrat spam character. I don't really think she's that great. I've seen some good players with her though. You can rack up a lot of damage on like single lane choke maps. Very situational I'd say, but she can be strong in those situations. StarLord. StarLord's an A tier character. Uh, probably right here. Maybe, but honestly better than Black Panther, I'd say. He's like he can die, he can assassinate, he can do poke. His ult is basically like, fight winning, or at least forces out a support ult. He's just really easy to play as well, really easy to pick up. His survivability is really good as well. Add the Adam Warlock res into that, and he just becomes like he's just like a nuisance. His uptime in a game is insane. He's always going to be around. He's always going to be poking, and he can definitely burst down supports. Um, yeah, I think he's pretty easy to play as well. And he's hit scan, so he can deal with Iron Man pretty easily as well. I'd say. Storm, I say C tier. Like I know they're bad, maybe top of D, but I honestly think that like she gets like over like I honestly better than fucking Rocket. I'd say like all the way up here. Um, her this like people don't realize like how much her thing is actually doing. Like honestly, I can't really quantify it, but I think it's doing a bit. And she's not like doing nothing. She doesn't do no damage. Her right click is good. Her ult is just like worse Psylocke ult. It's like she's obviously not the best, but I'd say she's not as bad as everyone thinks, but she still shouldn't be played. Thor, I hate Thor players. I think Thor is kind of useless, like not a good pick. He's like a B tier character. Uh, under Spider-Man, honestly under Magic. Like I don't know, he's just not a tank. I feel like when you're playing Thor, like it's just like DPS players who are forced to tank will play Thor and then just run it down and insta die. He just doesn't have enough longevity against like he's like Hulk where you have to pick good fights. But then when you're Hulk, you facilitate Iron Man, you activate Doctor Strange. Whereas Thor, like I don't know, you're activating Captain America and Storm. Like I don't think so. And then but yeah, with Thor Force when he activates his F ability, I don't remember what it is. When he gets his lightning attacks, it becomes pretty good, I'd say. But yeah, Thor's not the best. Venom's like right above Thor, I'd say. He's a very pub stompy character. He can kill newer players really easily. He's very good lower ranks, I'd say. But yeah, his right click just takes too long to pop, where like you're just sitting there for like 3 seconds, and the support's already recognizing, they're already healing the guy you're diving. The DPS are turning around ready to shoot you, and then Luna and Mantis kind of just own you, just like double CC you, and you're kind of dead. Can't really do much. Not only that, I feel like his swing is just too long of a cooldown. Can't really get out. Like his whole kit is like swing in, dive, get a kill, swing out. But like the right click's cooldown is too long, where you can't get the kill. Dive doesn't do a lot of damage, and then the swing is cooldown is too long, or you can't really get out. Bucky's like A tier. Say he's right here, maybe. Honestly, better than Black Panther, I'd say. His hook is the best part of his kit for sure. Just hooking in a tank and then being able to push them away as well, deeper into like your team is insane. He's good poke as well. He has good like he's okay against Iron Man because his E can actually knock Iron Man down, and it's just like basically a stun for him. I mean, he has a CC as well, basically with the hook, with the push, um, and then his ult is obviously like his ult is so snowbally where if you're like close to their spawn, you can just keep getting it back, back, and back. Um, yeah, I think he's pretty good, honestly. And then with Rocket as well, he gets the infinite ammo. I don't know. He's good. He's really good. I'd say. Uh, well, there was one more thing I was thinking about. I don't remember what it was though. About him. I don't know. Yeah, grab everything. He's just good. He's A tier. Wolverine, I think he's B tier. Uh, like honestly better than Magic. Honestly better than Spider-Man, I'd say. He's just so good at grabbing tanks. He's like Bucky, but worse, I'd say, because Bucky can grab tanks and fuck with them. But Bucky can also kill DPS. A good Wolverine will fuck up your tanks because he can do it faster than Bucky. He can do it more reliably than Bucky. But the main thing is he's just not good against supports. He's not good against DPS. So what? Like it's not no like I feel like I don't know. If you don't you have if you haven't played against him, if you're playing against like I don't know, it's just not as good as you think. And because Strange is currently the meta pick. Strange is so like Strange and Hulk both can get out so easily, whereas honestly he's better than Groot. I'd say maybe better than Punisher. Maybe better than Cloak and Dagger. Um, but yeah, I mean Wolverine is just like he's situational. He can do if you're good at him as well. He can do a lot. But yeah, I think this is the list. If there's anything egregious here, you could go ahead and say it. It's in order as well. I think maybe Hulk can go down a few. Uh, Probably put Hawkeye bottom of S maybe. But yeah, I think that's the list. Make sure you tell me if anything's super egregious, super dumb. But I think that's it. Yeah.